Hi, this is Evo Battery, and today we are doing a battery replacement on this Land Rover Discovery. And it's the same battery replacement for a 2017 to 2020. These are the tool and parts that you're going to need for this battery replacement. This car has been sitting here for a while, so the battery is drained. We have to unlock the car using the battery key, and the key is inside the key fob. To unlock the door, you're gonna have to take off this cover from the doorknob to get to the keyhole and unlock the door. Now that we got the door unlocked, we can open it and proceed by popping the hood. The hood latch is here on the side of the door. The hood lift support is damaged on this car, so we're going to use one of the jack handle to hold the hood open. If you have the same issue, just be careful where you place this handle, that you don't damage any part or any holes, or create any scratches or dent on the hood. Here we are using a battery tester. We are verifying that the battery is dead and there's no issue with the starter or the alternator. If you need some of these parts or tool that we are using here on this video, click on the links below. Well, for now, one of the issue is definitely the battery. The tester is not even turning on, so the battery is definitely dead. Let's give the car a boost and we can check the alternator. Always remember to connect any wire to the battery is going to go positive then negative. This jump box is a 4000 amperage. If you have a jump box and it doesn't start your car, it's because the amperage is too low. This car has a lot of electrical components, so it needs a lot of amperage to start the engine. Now that the car is running, let's disconnect the jump box. We're going to go backwards, negative, positive, and connect the battery tester. We're going to go positive and negative and go all the way down to charging test. We are taking a look at the alternator voltage. Nice. So the alternator is above 14 and above the green line. So it's actually charging the battery. And the car started right up. So there's no starting issue either. Let's get to the battery. To start, let's move this bend out of the way. There's two plastic clips holding this bend together. Let's take them out. Once both are out, just lift up the bend and pull out. Now we can get to this bar across the engine. This bar is being held on by 4 13mm bolts, 2 on each side. And the tool we are using is a 13mm socket with extension and an electric wrench. The bar is loose, but there's one more plastic grommet holding it. This one is a Phillips head and it's going to come apart halfway. Then you're going to need a trim remover just to pull it up and take it out. Let me show you. This part is two pieces and they go together. Keep them together because you can get lost really easy. That's what happened on this side. There's one missing here. The bar is out of the way. Now let's remove the air box. Here on top is a 10mm and we are using a 10mm socket with extension to remove this bolt. Let's disconnect the air box hose. We are using a flathead screwdriver to loosen this ring. Now that the ring is loose, now let's disconnect the oxygen sensor. Just pull up on this tab and then we're going to pull up on the wires with the help of a flathead screwdriver. I usually tangle this wire around this hose here so it doesn't get on the weight when I'm sliding out the battery or get cut. To remove this band is pretty easy. You're just going to keep moving it back and forward so it'll release here from the hose. Once it releases, you're just going to lift it out and up. This parking lot has a couple trees, so there's some leaf here in the filter. We just gonna dump it out. Once the filter is removed, there's plenty of space here to work and pull out the battery. Look what we found. There's one more of those clips that go on top of the lid. There's two wire harness on the side of the battery, and those two wire harness hold on to this cover. And this cover has two clips on the side. We're going to use a flathead screwdriver to open them out and get them apart. That way, releasing the cover out and we can slide out the battery. Alright, that cover is out. Now let's get to the battery hold down. This battery hold down actually holds the corner of the battery, and it's a 10mm. We are using a 10mm socket with extension to get it out. Now the only thing holding the battery in place are the two terminals. Let's remove them. With the same 10mm socket, let's loosen both of the terminals. Just be careful, don't touch the negative and positive with a tool. You will create some fireworks. Now that the terminals are loose, let's remove this bent hose out of the way and clip it here on the side. Twist the positive and negative and lift up at the same time. It will disconnect. Hold both wires away from the battery, but being careful that you don't touch both of them. The positive is alive. With one hand, try to move out the battery. There's a bent hose here in front of the battery. Not a good place to place a vent hose because this battery is really heavy and is going to crush that hose. If you can, get some help. Get an extra hand to hold this wire or wrap the wire in a cloth or a towel, preventing the connection with a negative or with the chassis of the vehicle. Now let's install the new battery. Being careful that you don't crush that bent hose. We just going to lift it up and place it in. Once you place it in the tray, you slide it all the way to the back. Let's connect the two wires, positive first, then negative. We're using a 10mm socket to tighten this positive terminal. Bend it a little bit and twist it back and forward, and at the same time push down so it'll hug the positive hole. And don't forget the negative terminal. Before I place the battery here in the tray, I forgot one item. To cover the opposite hole here of this air vent. Doing it this way, there's not that much space. So try to do it before you place the battery here. You might drop the little plug. Let's use the handle of the flathead screwdriver to push in the plug. Now let's plug in the bent line in front of the battery. Pass it through the bottom of all this wire, then guide it to the front into the hole. Let's place the battery hold down here in the corner of the battery. This hold down has an indentation to guide you to place it right in the corner of the battery. Once you get it aligned with the battery tray in the hole, you can actually tie it in by hand at first. This hold down is a 10mm, so we're using a 10mm socket to drive it in. That's done. Now let's place back this cover in front of the battery. Let's align the bottom and the sides together. Once you align them, we're just going to slide it in and it'll clip in together. Just keep on moving it until you position all the clips. There's two of them on each side, one on the top and one on the bottom. And on top of this cover, there's two wire harness. They'll go in here. Slide the rubber in between the plastic. This rubber acts like a water insulation. It'll prevent the water to get into the battery bay. This other wire harness is really similar to the other side. We just gonna align it and slide the plastic in between the rubber. There's another plastic that go on top of this divider in front of the battery. This one sit right on top. We just gonna align it and place it in place and then bang it in a little bit until all the clips clip in together. So you can see that's one here. Let's put back the air box. If you take a look here in front of the battery, you're gonna see that there's two holes. Those two holes are for this leg where this air box sits. Once you get in place right on top of it, just push it in and it'll go inside the rubber. To begin placing the box, we're going to align the air hose. Get it aligned and then try to push in both hands at the same time and it'll come together. Then press down so both of the legs can go inside the hole that's in front of the battery. At the same time, try to align it here. This is where the 10mm bolt is gonna go. Alright, the box is sitting where it's supposed to be. Now let's tie down this 10mm here and pull back the oxygen sensor wire. Press all the way down, then press down on this clip so it will lock the wire harness in place. Using a flathead screwdriver, let's tighten this ring. Everything is nice and tight. Now let's place the bar that go across the engine. Get it aligned with the tray of the battery and align on both of the sides, on the right and on the left. On this side, all we have is only one clip. So we're just gonna slide it in all the way down. There's one missing on this side. So we're gonna leave this one the way it is. And let's place in the 13mm bolt. There's two on each side. To tighten this 4 bolt, we are using a 13mm socket. We're going to start here first and then move to the other side. That way we are tying this bar together even. Once you get that side, now let's move to the right and tighten it all the way down and drive the last bolt in. And then we can move again to the other side. Almost done. Now all we got left is this air band. It's quite simple to install. We're going to align it, then press it in, and it'll clip in into the air box. Let's put back all the plastic clips. Here I'm only going to install one. That way we have extra for the LED that go on top. To install this LED, let's align all the holes. Once all the holes are aligned, then we can put in all the plastic clip. We are done with this battery installation. Now let's start the car. It started right up with no issue, but I can see here that this check engine light is still on. It was on before. We are going to clear all the codes and register the battery to the charging system. This is the programming tool that we use to erase the codes and register the battery to the charging system. If you like this tool or any parts that you seen here on this video, you can find it on the link below. Thank you for staying tuned and watching this video. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this.